Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we dive into the details. Dude, this has got to be like the earliest TWAB we've ever gotten from Bungie. Season of the Chosen has entered its second half. You faced the right of proving on behalf of the Vanguard. In doing so, you've put an end to the growing conflict with Empress Catal and her followers. Look, I know it's Kaido, right? Like, I get it. You guys say Kaido, but every time I see it, man, my eyes just go, nope, Cross, it's Catal. We will attempt to try to say it correctly for the rest of this video, though. When not preventing wars, you also found time to investigate a distress signal from a ghost ship of sorts in the Presage mission, unraveling the mystery of a missing Guardian and discovering the Dead Man's Tale exotic scout rifle. Earlier this week, we spent some time with the development team to talk through the creation of Presage, navigating various inspirations behind the activity and scrutinizing screenshots of their work as it went through development. If you missed the stream, don't sweat it. You can watch the full replay here. And don't forget to check out our fresh article covering some behind the scenes stories from the team. Yeah, they had like essentially a dungeon along with the folks that worked on the Presage mission, kind of just gave insight into how they came about their creation. Really good for folks that are actually looking to get into game development to kind of see how the creative process goes. Now we look to the future. We have some fun news about our upcoming Kilts for Kids fundraising event, details on Iron Banner, and a new set of patch notes planned for Season 14. Otherwise known as Season of Redacted. Wow, okay, more patch notes. Season 14 is looking to be pretty juicy, which by the way, launches, I think, May the 11th. Am I getting the date right? Moving on to Kilt for Kids 2021. One of the things we're always proud to support are charity initiatives, giving players a chance to be guardians of the world. This week, the senior Bungie Foundation manager, Christine Edwards, brings some news on the upcoming Kilt for Kids initiative. So from Christine here, we can hardly believe that we are celebrating 10 years of Kilts for Kids, our annual fundraiser that supports Seattle Ronald McDonald's House. It is also our second annual Kilt for Kids Stay-at-Home Edition. We bring you our usual suspects, Christine, Mark, and Forrest, as they highlight how they are supporting their mental health as we all continue to stay safe and socially distanced. Dude, I love it. Look at that man, rocking the kilt, baby. Well, hell, I kind of want one now. Our hearts continue to go out for children and their families who are battling illness throughout the pandemic, which has left many RMHC families isolated and facing economic hardships during a time when community support means everything to them. Help us achieve our $77,000 goal. Head to RMHC donation page to cast your votes for Teams Bungie by donating $10 or more before Friday the 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. Every $30 you donate will pay for a family to stay at a house for one night. Need a sweeter incentive? Check out these backer rewards for donating to Kilts for Kids. Shabam! Look at that emblem. Oh, I see what they did there. It looks like a kilt. $50. You will receive this year's unique Destiny 2 emblem. Its name is to be announced in a later date. Unique codes will be sent before May the 20th, 2021 for those that do donate $50. For the $100 donation prize, you receive a postcard digitally signed by our Kilts for Kids team and mailed to you. For $250, all prizes above plus a digital copy of a new and unique piece of artwork made by Bungie's Mark Flig himself. $1,000, all prizes above plus a 1-hour Destiny 2 gameplay session with Bungie employees and fellow Kilts for Kids donors. Holy hell! Dates and time will be mutually agreeable and determined upon completion of the fundraiser. And then for $2,000, all prizes above, plus the first 3 donators at $2,000 will receive one of 3 hand-painted Destiny vinyl goblin figures, themed to past, present, and future. Oh, that's actually dope. These 3 vinyl figures will be hand-painted by Bungie employees and will be shipped to the winners in late spring. Only 3? Now, the rewards will not be automatically redeemed, as we must receive donor data from RMHC before reward distribution. An email will be sent to the donors at each prize level at the end of the event, no later than Friday, April the 30th, with further details on redemption of each prize. Some prizes will be delivered later than this date. Interesting here at the bottom in bold, no secrets will be revealed. Bungie employees have the right to refuse answers to any questions that aren't appropriate to answer. So you're saying that if I donated $5,000 and I asked DMG to blink twice if Twilight Garrison is coming back, he has the right to deny me that information? Challenge accepted. Now moving on, Iron Futures. Oh, it's almost time for the final Iron Banner of Season of the Chosen. This will be your last opportunity to complete the Iron Sharpens Iron Seasonal Challenge. So get in there and smash some heads. If you're also trying to get your power to 1325 for Grandmaster Nightfalls, don't forget 4 Pinnacle Power weekly bounties that Saladin offers. That's right, guys. Iron Banner's coming back next week, and I have a reason to grind now. I need a cloak for my hunter. This is very important to finish my last last piece to our new faceless sexy look. And I think, what is it? Aphrodite's cloak? That's like the last piece to get that Assassin's Creed look. Now, before we go, we like to take a moment to look forward in time. Season of Redacted is coming in a few short weeks, and Saladin has a few new items up his sleeve for you to earn when the new season begins in May. Oh, look at this. Is that Annual Skate? Look at that. That looks just like Annual Skate or Minuet. Very similar gun models here. Sniper rifle. What was the sniper rifle from New Monarchy? This kind of looks like that one, right? The machine gun. I don't even know. Looks like a D1 gun model. Corrective measure? No, surely not. The shotgun? Huh. Now, Bungie states a familiar hand cannon and sniper rifle will be rejoining the fight, but 2 new weapons are also making their debut. Our goals moving forward are to continue bringing some Year 1 weapons up to speed with random rolls, but also bringing some new rewards into the fold when possible. This always depends on a bit on what resources we have for a given season, but we're looking forward to a few new Iron Banner themed tools for your arsenal. All right, so we were right. Essentially, the sniper rifle and the hand cannon are previous Destiny 2 gun models, but the machine gun and the shotgun, yeah, they look new, man. Like the shotgun, wow, is that the Felwinter replacer? Oh, you gotta be bringing it, man. Now, looking even further out, we're planning new armor for Iron Banner. These sets won't appear for a few seasons, but we have heard your desire for some new digs. Once we have more information, we'll let you know. Until then, we hope you enjoy the new weapons. All right, so no refresh coming to our armor. Bungie, I'm gonna be straight. I loved Destiny 1 Iron Banner armor. Dude, throw that in the game. I'm down with it, man. Now, moving on, the never-ending search for balance. Oh boy. Oh my God, is it really happening? Both Astro and Felwinter's lie is in the picture. I smell a nerf. Prepping for Season of Redacted, we have a few changes that will be coming to the Destiny Sandbox. This week, we'll be focusing on things that are hot, so to speak. Weapons and archetypes that need to be tuned in order to create breathing room for other aspects of the Destiny Sandbox to shine. We're also planning quite a few buffs to underused perks, linear fusion rifles, and more. Oh boy, guys, take that as a cue right now. Keep your God roll linears. They're about to be meta. The current plan is to cover perk and weapon buffs in the upcoming TWAB towards the end of April once they're solidified. But we want to get this information out earlier than normal to keep you all informed. Without further ado, Weapons Future Lead Chris Proctor is here once again to lay out our goals with these upcoming changes and give you the nitty-gritty details. So from Chris here, weapon archetypes, aggressive 120 round per minute hand cannons are very dominant in PvP. And we received enough feedback that we want to rein them in a bit without completely taking away their range benefits. These weapons will now have damage and aim assist fall off distance reduced by between 2 and 4 meters based on the range stat. This roughly halves the range buff they received in Beyond Light. Wow. All right, so 40 meters will be the ceiling. Am I getting that right? Probably 42 with rangefinder. Vortex frame swords. With Fallen Guillotine now viable forever, we need to adjust it a little as its damage output is flat out higher than all other legendary swords. Please God, don't say you're nerfing it. Just buff the other swords. With this change, we allow it to keep its high damage output, but are reducing its full reserve damage output by reducing the number of heavy attacks you'll be able to perform. Really? Has there been a point in this season or even in last season where people are like, yo, Fallen Guillotine breaking the game again? I think all eyes have been on Lament. Now, full energy heavy attack ammo has had its cost increased from 4 to now 6. Wow. Bungie, this really surprised me. The only way this may make sense is if we're getting a new sword in that same type of archetype. That's maybe an exotic. Hell, I feel like we just got Lament though. Dark Drinker confirmed. Like for real, Dark Drinker, actual real exotic Dark Drinker confirmed. That's the only way this makes sense, guys. I know we're in speculation land. I'm just saying, when Bungie normally goes in there and nerfs a weapon based on its archetype that isn't even like standout meta, don't get me wrong, Fallen Guillotine is still good and it's better than other swords, but that's simply because other swords don't feel good, then I smell an exotic sword on the horizon. The only thing that makes sense that would be launching with Vortex Frame, which is essentially the same animation as Dark Drinker, is Dark Drinker herself. Remember this if we happen to be right. Now, chip damage. Certain weapons, swords, and Bastion bypass shields by varying amounts, which has caused numerous issues with stasis encased weapons and counter mechanics and other content. So we have removed chip damage from swords as well as Bastion, so no bypassing of shields. Interesting. Don't worry, guys, Bastion still doesn't care. It still will wreck you inside of PvP. Yes, it did get a buff this season. Try it out. Perks. Quick Draw. This perk is intended to provide faster swap speed, but it also passively buffs handling by plus 100. Oh boy, here it comes. This completely negates the downside of using low handling weapons such as aggressive shotguns, sniper rifles, and hand cannons, which isn't something we want to encourage. those weapons should have downsides. And working around those completely via a perk isn't healthy. We don't think allowing fast swap to the shotgun subfamily with the highest one-hit kill range is great either. So starting next season, the handling bonus is now removed 1 second after switching to this weapon or upon aiming down sight. We're also replacing quick draw with surplus on new and existing drops of Felwinter's Light as well as Astral Horizon. Wow. I knew it, man. I knew it. Fellas, I knew it was gonna happen. It's surprising though, since they are removing it from Felwinter and Astral Horizon, and I'm assuming any other aggressive shotguns, they're still planning on giving it a nerf. The perk itself, quick draw, is going to get a nerf. So essentially, the handling bonus is now removed 1 second after switching to this weapon or upon aiming down sights. This is kind of a big one, guys, because this means quick draw will no longer serve as a perk to max out your handling. One thing that's really nice about quick draw is that you can run around flat-footed with the weapon out and still have that immediate like draw time from the hip. Like, you know how there's like a slight delay when you're moving and stuff? Quick draw evades that due to that increase in handling. You would get this with lightweight weapons or a weapon that already had very high handling. So they're not only focusing on Felwinter's Light and Astral Horizon, they're also focusing on primaries that take advantage of quick draw, most notably Igneous Hammer, which means this is going to change the game for at least me. I'm going to have to change some stuff up when it comes to God rolls. So yeah, I was already preparing for Felwinter's Light and Astral Horizon to be dealt with in some way now that they aren't being sunset. But the main takeaway about quick draw is purely being utilized as a quick draw perk. That's when you get its benefits on the draw, nothing else. Rest in peace, quick draw. And I know some of my players in here are like, well, it's still gonna be good. You can immediately draw your weapon. You're right, but for most people on PC, you already take advantage of the quick draw glitch anyways. I mainly like quick draw simply because of the increase in handling when running around with my weapon already out, especially on primaries. And slow handling primaries like 120s greatly benefited from quick draw. So yeah, this is a major change. Out of everything here, this one right here, man, this is gonna shake some stuff up. Moving on to Frenzy. This perk has extremely high uptime in PvE, to the point where it's clearly a better choice than most other damage perks. We like the high uptime and want to preserve that, but we want to award less damage than harder to activate damage perks. So we're reducing the bonus damage from 20% to now 15%. Honestly, I'm okay with this. I like 20%, sure, but at the same time, I would rather keep the uptime and ease of use with Frenzy and lose out on 5% extra damage. You see where I'm coming from? I'm okay with this. Moving on to Reservoir Burst. Now increases magazine size in addition to its other effects. Reduce full battery bonus damage from 33% to 25%. I know we just like casually read that, but let me read that again. Reservoir Burst. That is loaded question, fellas. The pinnacle perk. Bungie says right here, upcoming content requires revisiting the power level of a damage perk that can be activated simply by having a full magazine. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. We're getting loaded question back? Is that right? Am I getting that right? Or we're getting a fusion rifle like loaded question with Reservoir Burst? Fellas, Reservoir Burst is coming back. Dude, I knew it. I knew it was about to happen. Desperado was the first domino. Before you know it, we're going to have Magnificent Hound back in the game. And if Bungie really wants to get crazy, they're going to put it on an auto rifle. Now, exotics. Oh boy, I smell more nerfs. The Lament. This weapon is a clear outlier for sword damage. So for the health of heavy weapons, we're pulling it back a bit. We reduce the damage of a revved up heavy attack by approximately 16%. Note that the Lament retains standard anti-barrier despite removing chip damage. Alrighty, another 16% nerf to Lament, man. That just tells you how crazy Lament was on launch, because it's still good. I don't use it in Grandmaster content because you don't want to get too close to anything for risk of dying, but it's interesting, man. It's interesting that they're actually targeting swords, which again, conspiracy back on. Dark Drinkers coming back, fellas. Bungie's dealing with Lament to make sure Lament won't outshine the upcoming exotic sword. Now, Bastion. Since we're removing chip damage, Bastion gets something else instead. We've noticed increased feedback on Bastion and higher than normal usage in PvP. So we're making a small change here, and we will revisit Bastion later. Intrinsically, Bastion will now stagger unstoppable champions. About damn time. They also increased the spread angle by 13%. Oh boy. All right, so for my folks that are cheesing on Bastion inside of PvP, enjoy it now, because Bastion already has a pretty good bit of spread. Now, luckily, they didn't actually attack the damage. Again, 3 volleys. You only have to land 1 volley on an enemy to get a kill. So yeah, 13% more spread. Yeah, this is just making way for the Bastion Catalyst. And we've speculated that the Bastion Catalyst we'll add a 4th volley. 1 shot, 4 volleys from a fusion rifle. Talk about nasty. Now, with all the balance changes, we will continue to watch how they play once they're in the wild, and we'll look to make further adjustments based on our observation and player feedback. Well, thank you, Bungie, for that. We're glad you're not just winging it. There you go, fellas. Those are some of the patch notes that are coming, on top of what's already been previously announced and what will be announced in the later weeks of April. So it sounds like next season is really going to shake up the sandbox. Outside of that, guys, DMG leaves us with a final note. Sandbox tuning is always a fun topic to discuss with the team. Some of my favorite conversations with coworkers have been talking through feedback on various perks, their viability in different activities throughout Destiny 2, and the ways in which the team can make them more desirable for players moving forward. We covered Celerity and Bottomless Grief last week. We're also excited to look at things like Iron Grip, Subsistence, Unrelenting, and more. We'll have the full list and detailed changes ready for you to read through in just a few short weeks. But outside of scintillating sandbox scoops, we still have a bit more to cover in the upcoming weeks. Guardian Games is almost on our doorstep. Transmog is right around the corner, and Vault of Glass is on its way. Hell, there's a fresh new season of content just over a month away. Excited yet? I know I am. Cheers, DMG. Guys, that is your TWAB today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I never thought that these TWAB videos would ever actually do anything. I mean, there's actually people that come and watch this. It's kind of crazy. But thank you so much for choosing our TWAB video every week. Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
slap that like button like your mama told you right.